Mariah, what happened to you?
The remote was under the bed. I can't get my head up.
It went in.
Help me.
Single leg X-Guard, otherwise known as Anaconda Guard, is basically a complicated way to get to the tripod sweep. A lot of you guys remember your tripod sweep from your first week in Jiu-Jitsu, but it looks something like this if you haven't seen it. 1 foot on the hip, 1 foot hooking the knee. The reason I'm hooking the knee is because when I go for this sweep, if I push, she just regains her balance. So I need to hook this knee so that she doesn't have a post. The other hand is grabbing the ankle. This is how I get my tripod sweep. We have pressure on the hip, we're hooking the knee, and we're grabbing the ankle. Raise my hips, push, and come up. From another angle, this is what the tripod sweep looks like. Foot on the hip, hooking the knee, grabbing the ankle. And walking up. The entire single leg X-Guard is based off of this exact motion. It's just more complicated and we have more points of pressure. So let's see what that looks like. Single leg X-Guard has 3 very important points of pressure. If we do them all right, it can create a very powerful position for us to fight from. So, when I'm here, this is my single leg X-Guard, this is my Anaconda Guard. When I'm here, I've got 3 points of pressure. My heel, my knees, and my armpit. So, my armpit's a nice tight pinch. And what you guys will see is a lot of people wrap like this. Honestly, I don't often see Marcelo sweep like this. This is more of a retention sort of position. I want to pinch with my armpit and get it nice and tight. The problem is, if I wrap underneath, I have to drop my hips. And to have the right pressure and power for a sweep, I can't be sweeping from my butt and back here. My hips have to be raised where I have power. So, my hips are raised, but if I have to drop them to make space for my hand to come underneath, I'm losing power. So I don't want to do that. So you'll often see Marcelo when he sweeps. He never wraps the leg, he just pinches. His hand's just cupping the outside of his leg. But there's a nice tight pinch in the armpit. So that's our first point of pressure. Pinching inside the armpit. Our next point of pressure, right here. It's a pinch with our knees. Very tight pinch. And you'll see, rotate. You'll see my butt is off the ground. It's going to burn your abs a little if you guys have never done this before. But this is too weak, guys. Our butt down low here is not powerful enough to sweep. Here, hips nice and high. Tight pinch with our knees. Rotate back. Nice tight pinch with our knees. So now we have pinch with our armpit. We have a pinch with our knees. And the last point of pressure right here is our heel on her hip. I want to keep my toes pointed out. I don't have control over my toes, but you'll see a retraction of the toes here, and we'll keep them pointed out. The reason is, if the toes get pointed inside, not only is it easier to reap her stomach, but I'm also losing pressure in the wrong spot. I don't want pressure here. I want pressure into her hip. So I want my heel right here, toes pointed out. When I put all 3 of these together, like one at a time or even just 2 of these pressure points, it's not enough to sweep. When I put all 3 together though, with a pinch, and a push, we take her right down. Right here, nice tight pinch, and we bring her down. But, like I said, this is a complicated version of a tripod sweep. There's one other thing Mariah can do to prevent this sweep. She has her countermeasure. It'd just be like us trying to tripod sweep without hooking the leg. She can keep stepping back with this back leg for balance. Same idea in Anaconda Guard. When I go to sweep here, she can just keep stepping back. I have to take care of that, and I treat it the same way I do as a tripod sweep. This leg has to be doing 2 jobs. So my knees are pinching tight, but I can't let this toe be pinching on this side even if it gives me a tighter pinch. These toes and this leg need to hook this outside leg. That way when she tries to step, I can follow her. Keep stepping back. This leg follows, guys. I'm here, and if I don't hook, look how she can just keep turning her leg. This foot has to fish that out and hook. Now we put all three of our pressures together, along with our leg hooking, and we should be able to hit our sweep. My hips raised nice and high, tight pinch on the knees, heel into the hip, and then a pinch, chicken wing with our armpit right here. We bring her right down. We grab an ankle, and we never sit up into her because if we get in a battle sitting up here, she can push me back over if she's stronger, and we'll sit here in a scissor fight all day, really boring and not good jiu-jitsu. Always make sure after the sweep, I grab the other ankle, and I walk backwards, and then come up, because there's no way she can sit up. If I'm here and I'm walking backwards trying to sit up, I just keep her legs in the air. Looking at this from the backside, you'll kind of see how the sweep should look. Underneath, foot pinching, knees tight, pinching over her knee, and then a chicken wing. My back leg is hooking her back leg, and I put them all together, and I get my sweep. Grabbing the ankles, scooting out, and coming up. Now let's troubleshoot a couple things. First one I want to talk about. When we hit this sweep sometimes, if her weight is on top of my leg, it can be really hard to back out. And on a big guy, you're going to get stuck here. And it's really hard to back out without giving up the sweep. Like if I back out and she starts coming up on top, I'm going to lose the sweep. My bottom leg was hooking this leg. But if this leg is stuck here, I can bring it back inside and hook right here. I can hook this leg and use it to get the weight off, to pull my leg out. So what that looks like, we just hit our sweep and we're stuck here. There's too much weight, so I feel like I can't back out. This leg, the toes switch to this side. Hook, take the weight off. Then walk backwards. And finish our sweep. One more time. We hit our sweep. We're stuck here. There's a lot of weight on this leg. We feel a little stuck. I'm using this leg to keep her leg in the air because if I'm not tight there, she can start coming up. So go back. So it's a timing thing. I keep this leg in the air right here until my hand can get in the ankle. Now my hand's going to keep this leg in the air. This leg's going to switch and lift and walk back. So it's going to feel weird, guys, but if someone drops their knees when I come into single leg X-guard, I can finish my sweep the exact same way. Now let's say I come to anaconda guard, but she drops her knee. And we end up in this position here. No matter where her weight's based, I'm going to keep the same things in mind. I need to have pressure on the heel, I need to be pinching on the knees, and I need to be trapping this heel here. I'm going to lift everything together and just twist. And look, it doesn't look like much has changed, but now we're in the right spot to finish. Walk away, finish our sweep. There is one variation we haven't gone over yet from this twist sweep. This can be very useful in a pinch, guys, so let's check this out. When I go for this sweep, she knows I want to twist her backwards, so she starts basing forwards with her hands, legs, whatever. It's very hard to hit a twist sweep now, guys. But if you look, Mariah's weight's so far forward, I can now reach this ankle. Now, even if I try to sweep, it's very hard to get the sweep. But I can get a hold of this ankle now. Well, here's the nice thing. Our leg had to be in this position because we needed to be able to hook with our back foot on this posting leg. But now that we have this leg, we don't need this hook anymore. So we can go inside and put all of our pressure into twisting. Here. So now we're here to sweep, but Mariah's leaning forward. I can reach her ankle now. I can even fish it out. So now this leg doesn't have to be here to attack. I can commit everything to this side. Keeping that leg posting so she can't step back with it. And coming up. sometimes she's not so far forward that I can't get the sweep, but she is standing upright. She has a lot of weight on me. Maybe she's bending her knee a little, and it's very hard for me to twist her off still. But she's not posting. Well, just like an UFA escape from mount, we just need to make her post. So even though I want to twist her that way, I can tell right now I don't have the leverage to do it. It's a lot of pressure. All I need to do is hook my legs over and start trying to take her weight over my head. So I'm here. I start trying to take her weight over my head, and I make her post. What does this open up for me? Well, I can start grabbing sleeves if I want, but if I'm grabbing sleeves, I generally am going to be wanting to switch to X-Guard. We'll save that for another video. If we're making her post out here, it means that leg is in reach. Once this leg is in reach, we can go back to our other sweep. If she stays where she is now, she's so off balance that I can probably start coming up like so. So what's going to happen is there's going to be an action-reaction. I'm here. I lift her over my head and she posts. I grab the legs. If she stays here, I'm going to sweep. But as I'm trying to sweep, she's going to start pushing herself back up. And I'm going to sense that and take her the other direction. So hopefully this has helped you guys understand a little bit more about the basics of single leg X-Guard. It's a really cool position to play, and the more you play it, you're going to start creating your own little variations of sweeps on your own. Now I know a lot of different entrances and ways to get to this position, but I'm going to save the instructional for a later video. However, I'll put a little compilation of different ways we can end up there at the end of this one. Thank you very much, guys.